Business is to approve the minutes for April 3rd, committee of the whole for February 3rd, 2026, and the council workshop for February 5th, 2026. Do we have any adjustments? Changes? Okay, now I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I will make a motion to approve the minutes for the committee of the whole for February 3rd, 2026, and the council workshop, February 5th, 2026.
I'll second.
I got a motion from Councilmember Turner and a second from Councilmember Pickett. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, if there be any. Okay, then our first matter of business is a presentation on the Murray City Outdoor Pool with Jeff Martin and Nathan Levitt presenting.
Good evening.
Good evening. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How did you know?
I'm 70.
All right.
I am. I'm proud. Not all of my friends have made it to 70, so I'm very proud.
Well, I get the privilege to introduce our outdoor pool to you. So last year we hired BCBO, Nathan Levitt here with us tonight, helped us develop a conceptual plan, architectural design, schematics, and engineering of an outdoor pool to basically rebuild the structure that we've got currently out there on the same site plan. The idea behind this was because the pool right now, the bathhouse itself was built in the 70s, has some upgrades that are needing to be had done to it with mainly the mechanical, so plumbing, electrical, and stuff like that in that bathhouse. And the infrastructure of the pool, we have some cracks that we're leaking and losing water in our current structure. We've tried to mitigate those by recalking and resealing periodically, doing it twice a year where we'd have to drain the entire pool and recalk and then refill and then do that every spring and fall. Since then, we've tried to do a mitigation tactic, coming in and putting a membrane over the top of those expansion joints that where our leaking was most severe. And it seems to be holding. We weren't given a guarantee on this as it was kind of a Band-Aid on a fix for the pool, really. We still have, the pool was built in 2000, so it is, 25 years. The pool before that was about 20 years old. So typically for outdoor pools, we have seen that time frame and that environment isn't like out of the ordinary. So to have to rebuild them, so.
What year was the pool built?
2000 was our current pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 1999 the project was underway and opened in 2000.
And what was the bathhouse used for?
The bathhouse
It was
has
built in
been that.
97.
Has been that the entire time. So it did receive some infrastructure upgrades, but minimal, really.
Okay.
So it used to have our pumps and stuff in the bottom of that too.
Oh, okay,
Filtration systems.
okay.
So again, we've repurposed that, and as we go into the slides a little bit further, I can kind of explain the layout of the current pool and what were we hoping with a new design to accomplish with that. If you have any questions or anything that come up as we go through this, please feel free to stop either Nathan or I, and we'll go ahead and proceed. So Nathan, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself too.
Yeah, I'm Nathan Levitt, an architect and principal at BCBO Architecture, and we do a lot of recreation at BCBO. We've done a lot of the major recreation centers around the valley. We've installed more than 100 bodies of water, so we've done a lot of pools.
Pretty extensive work. We hired them back in February of last year to help with this design. So now we're pleased to show this to you, see what your thoughts are.
And how did you choose them?
It was a RFP process, just a selection, yeah.
What are some of the biggest projects that you've done regarding installations of water
Like pools.
pools?
One of the bigger ones has been Provo City Recreation Center. We were just finishing up the Spanish Fork Recreation Center too, that has a lot of water in it. Davis Recreation Center, the Davis Recreation District has a center up there in Bountiful. That's one of our buildings.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll proceed. So this is our existing facility. You can see the top left picture there, we have our zero depth entry with some of our water features in the pool. Top right is the same from a different angle. That's looking east. In the bottom left-hand corner there, we have our lifeguard room, first aid room, and a storage room. And then towards the back of that same photo, we have our pump house. That's where all of our filtration takes place, all of our chlorine intake, our delivery. And then our pool circulation pumps are located in that room as well.
Which one?
That's in the bottom left-hand corner towards the back.
So the one on here that's listed lifeguard, or which one? The storage facility?
Yeah, it will be a storage facility in the new.
In the new one, it'll be a storage facility.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
You can see the entryway that we have in the bottom right photo there. That leads you right into the bathhouse, and that's the old structure that I was referring to earlier. So the existing site layout, you can see the breadth of the zero depth entry. That's kind of the fan shape that we have with the two water features in the middle. You see our slide that we have entering in a catch pool. And then our lap swimming area, we actually don't really utilize that for lap swimming at all at this point. It just wasn't economical to have it open at the time. So mainly what we use it for is water aerobics. Obviously when we're open for open plunge, the diving boards are utilized. That's a space that can only be utilized while we're open for open plunge by 2 people. So you can see it's quite a large area. I don't know if my cursor will show up. You can see there's a break right across here. That delineates our dive tank. The dive tank goes down to 13 feet, and we can only have 2 individuals in that area at one time,
Really?
just due to the safety of people going off the diving board. So it's a large body of water that's not really utilized very much. So we were hoping to change that with the new design. You can see deck space around. We do have some shade panels that cover a little bit of the deck. Little grassy areas on the outside and more shade on the one side of it too, towards the south. So here's a good view. Where my cursor is the pump house and circulation. That's what we would change into a storage building. Our lifeguard and first aid room, and then there's a little storage closet on the back side of that. And then this is our current bathhouse right now that again was built in the 70s, early 70s. Any questions on that? So the idea with the new one, the new layout, and you'll see it in future slides here, is to expand this fence line out. This you can't see the topography of the grounds, but there is a large hill right here that we're hoping to utilize, and which would give a nice vantage point over the top of the pool area. Right now, when we have chlorine deliveries, they have to drive from this parking lot to the west into the park on a cart path, basically, to get back to the south side of the whole facility. This is the area there where my cursor is, where they actually fill up our chlorine tanks and acid tanks. And then they have to drive out of the park. So that was one of the features that I was really hoping to change, that we wouldn't have to bring a semi-truck into Murray Park and have in that just right inside the park there. Okay.
Something else we could point out too is there's a lot of shallow area here. One might say too much, and that's something you'll see in the new scheme as we've reduced that area by a bit, but have got more pool to offer for other age groups.
Any questions with that? So Nate, if you want to go ahead and just kind of explain the new concept that we came up with.
Right, okay, so starting at the parking lot, we went in and we looked at several options, but we chose the option we're replacing the bathhouse. We feel like that's a major upgrade for the facility. That would have a more modern approach to locker rooms. We're using a lot of family change rooms. There are no traditional locker rooms in this building. We'll look at the floor plan in a minute. We'll show you more what we're talking about. But the locker area is going to be an outdoor covered space that it is a common space for all genders to use. And then you walk out to the pool, and the first thing you get to is that zero depth entry. You want all your kids to go right to the shallow spots, right? You don't want them to head to the deep end. So that zero depth entry pool is where all the toys are for the kids, and then lined up there right vertically on the right edge of the zero depth pool is we call it the Shamu deck. It's where you put the lawn chairs or the loungers in the pool. You know, the adults can watch their kids play in the kid area.
Sounds
So
like
that-
a resort.
It's like a resort. So that's a zero depth entry pool. So it goes from zero depth by the shower house to 18 inches over by the Shamu deck. So pretty shallow. We step down from there to the activity pool, and that is 3 foot 6 inches deep. So that's catering to more like the tweens. That's where the water slide is at. You can see that area at the top. That's the small piece of pool that won't be able to be used when the slide is in operation. You only have one person in that piece of pool. But if the slide is closed, we can take the rope down and use that as a part of the entire pool. That pool can have several different activities happening in it. And we're planning on, from day one, providing things like basketball goals there that are very popular in pools.
Basketball what?
Like a goal, like a hoop,
Basketball hoops.
basketball hoops.
Have you heard it?
So it's like floating.
See other place I can slam dunk.
Precisely.
You sold it.
Shorts at the same time.
And that connects up to the lazy river. That is also 3 foot 6 inches deep. And that circle on the end of the lazy river is a vortex. So that's water just moving around in a circle. Across the way is the program pool. We have a 5-lane pool that's 25 yards long. So that is going to be used for lap swimming, but it will also be used for programming. So that would be your learn to swim programs that would happen in the pool. So it slopes from 4 feet deep to 6 feet deep,
It's 25 feet long,
yards.
yards. How does that compare to the length of the program pool?
Standard competition pool length.
Okay, so the same as we've got inside.
Yeah, just a few lanes shorter than the 8 that we have at the competition pool at the Park Center.
Okay.
So 4 foot is good for swim lessons, 6 foot is good for water aerobics. And so it's trying to be a good, rounded pool for all the things you might want to program in it.
Is it a gentle slope or is it just, 4 foot and then 6 foot?
I don't know, it's gentle slope.
Yeah, so it's
So in theory, the swim team could use it if they needed to.
Yeah.
If we were renovating the indoor pool.
Definitely. Yep.
I would love it in December.
Make them swim faster.
And then across the pool, the program pool, there's a
Amen.
yellow truss-like element, and that we're showing is a Ninja Cross system. That is something we're trying to engage the teenagers with. The teenage crowd is the tough crowd to entertain in a pool, and there is a similar system at the Program Rec Center. It's like an obstacle course. You cross the pool. If you drop off the obstacle course, you're into the pool. So, and I think it shows up in the renderings too. We'll see that later on.
That's pretty awesome.
Then we have a little outdoor party space off the corner. That would be the southwest corner of the property. We've removed that path that extends through there and out towards the Vine Street exit near Pavilion 4. And just enclosed that whole area for grass and fencing hopefully being able to save and reutilize some of those trees for their shade, for that area too.
How many people can use the lazy river?
Now you're testing me. There is an occupant load by code, and I don't know the number off the top of my head.
We can get that for
Do you
you.
know if we patrol that closely in the indoor lazy river, or we just kind of?
We don't, no, yeah, basically, just the entire.
It's like if you can fit in it,
Yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. In actuality, it really comes down to the lifeguards saying this is not safe. We got to get people out of this. And there's a question about whether you use floats or not. Most pools don't allow floats because of safety. People being trapped underneath floats. No lazy river.
And have you thought of expanding that a little bit because there's so much space that's left?
yes, the short answer is, this was limited in scope just by the dollar amount that we had set aside and that we thought would be what we could use, feasibly come up with. So this project was budgeted at about $14 million. Well, 12
Construction costs.
construction costs.
With the sunk costs on top of that.
All right, let's push then. I got a lot of issues with it, and we're here. Let's go. If we gave more, how would it change the pool? Because I'll tell you right now, I've talked to a lot of residents about this. I've shown them the designs. It's been overwhelmingly negative. Like, they don't like what's here, and their comment here consistently is, I'd rather go to Cottonwood. Cottonwood has better accessories, better amenities,
Even more than this.
even more than this. Like, as I showed them these
We held
things.
them back because we
So,
held the architect
if
back
we're gonna-
because of money. So they
yeah,
said, no, we
if
have
we're gonna
to.
do this,
It was so expensive, so we.
let's make it worth our time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is worth our time. Like, as I look at this pool and the designs, and you keep going through it, it has a lot of concrete that we already have. I think it's a smaller pool than we currently have.
It's a bit smaller.
It is what?
It is a bit smaller.
It's smaller, and unless we're gonna go all the way and make it better with better amenities, I don't see any incentive to do this. Like, we need to go, like, I had a resident come to me and say, let's do a flow rider, which is like a surfboard feature. She's mapped it out with other entities do it. Salt Lake, we'd be the only one in Salt Lake who would do it. And we can add it to it, and it would be a draw. So you said the teenagers are,
Flowrider is a great teenage
yeah.
draw.
we could upsell it. You spend $3-4 to come in the pool, you spend 20 to use the flow rider on top of it. And we can upsell, which would help our revenue stream on this one. I heard from a lot of residents, this one, if I got it right, we don't even have any diving boards in here.
Right, a lot of, and then,
Having boards in,
yeah, go ahead.
they're not a big thing anymore. There's a lot of
I've heard the climbing wall at Cottonwood, people love it.
That was our project.
That was your project. It's like, I just think that there's,
Cottonwood?
We have done a lot of work. We did that pool. They have several outdoor pools.
yeah, I think there's a lot of potential here. And I think we need to look at,
Are you instructing us to go bigger?
Yeah,
I would say go bigger.
I think so, because otherwise if we spend 14 million and it's kind of the same, slightly newer, a little smaller, then people will be like, what did we even pay for?
Right.
But if we make it really cool, they'll be like, okay, this will last us for 30 years, right? And, we kind of get one shot at this every, 3 or 4 decades.
Can I just add one thing to that? You've done great with the budget you've been.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let me just start.
Yeah.
You're going.
Let's not beat him up with that.
We did the wet blanket.
So,
We come in
I'm
and say,
sitting
well,
here
we
going.
have to meet your
Nate,
budget.
sorry to I'm not like trying to rain on your parade. It's
Good.
us, and I know you're
Yeah.
worked within the budget. I think we need to, I think we need to give him a bigger budget and see what we can do.
Yeah, we need to give him a little more flexibility there and
Like,
make
if
it
the
a
us,
Expand.
Do
when
we have splash pads for the little?
So, yeah, we'll
Are
show you
these-
some slide as we get
are-
into it deeper, yeah.
we're going the right direction. Let's just keep going all the
Because
way.
my residents want splash pads. Are these the little animals?
Or are we
A
thinking of
splash
doing it-
pad?
That's in the zero depth entry pool. So it is a very shallow area with those fit.
Okay,
In our experience, the splash pad, if you put a splash pad in a pool,
Okay,
environment enclosure, it doesn't get used. People go to the
Okay.
pool.
okay,
We saw this at South Davis Rec.
okay.
There's a splash pad that sits there with nobody on it, because they're
Okay.
all in the pool beside it.
But if you have these little animals,
those are in
sea
there.
creatures, then they would the little ones would tend to
yeah.
go there.
That's,
Okay.
that's for the little ones.
And I'm with Adam and the rest of the council that go bigger, because this is gonna be lasting for generations to come, and we need something that will last for generations. So,
We're trying to draw people here downtown, right? And
Yes.
that's just next
yeah,
downtown.
go swimming, then go to a movie, play, whatever, go to the amphitheater.
And I'll remind the council on this vein, when we first approved the savings of this, part of it was Salt Lake County's closing down their pools. This is an opportunity that if we do it right,
Yeah.
all the other pools are gonna start coming, we'll be like one of the few entities in Salt Lake County that sells a pool. So I think it's really, our competition's Cottonwood Heights. and
Well,
we've gotta
isn't
beat them.
doesn't Taylorsville have a pool?
You do.
Yeah, Taylorsville has a pool,
But if
yeah.
the county's getting out of the pool business, when they have to re-up their pool within the next 10 years, because that Taylorsville pool's probably hitting its life expectancy, they might just close it down.
Or
Like-
give it to Taylorsville.
Or Taylorsville doesn't have a rec center, or a rec, program. There's also the county.
Well,
Are we still thinking of doing a splash pad in addition to this?
So-
Separately? Like,
Yeah, we've
near it?
been exploring actually over at Willow Pond, expanding the one that we have there. Because right now, it's just a one feature type thing.
Yeah.
We were hoping that maybe we'd be able to utilize some of the water that we were getting from that new Bear Well project and use that. And then expand that as a new splash pad. We don't want to put a splash pad right next to our pool just for the fact that
Right.
we're gonna be pulling
Like you
people
said,
from it.
yeah. And if you have these little sea creatures, the kids would go nuts.
That's
on
another type of amenity that we can provide, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And as someone who loves summer but hates the sun, I would love to see a ton more shade. You know,
yeah,
dealing with some skin cancer issues now that I'm like, I should have stayed out of the sun when I was younger. I'd love to see a lot more shade when we expand this.
we're hoping to grab a lot of that from those trees on that hill, where we wouldn't have to have a physical canopy or shade canopy, but yeah, that was definitely one thing that we wanted to make sure that we had plenty of.
Can you get to the trees?
Yeah, so you can see right here,
If you're over in
this area right here is all fence
Where are
line.
Yeah, but where's the sun?
It's on the
sun
south
is up
side.
high, the
So
sun
it's-
is over here. So this July sun is over here, right?
Well, it would actually be a little
West.
bit south.
Yeah, it would be south. South is down, north is up, roughly.
On the note of shade, I love the idea of the outdoor party space, but I just looked at it and thought that needs to be bigger and we need to have like 3 or 4 of them.
So we do have a indoor party room
We do.
as well in addition to that. But
I just think lots of party rooms, lots of birthday parties, lots of, people like renting a pavilion inside of the pool space, for your family party. I just would like to see lots more party space. Which is shade.
it's good enough.
So I got questions about the program pool. Because you said, as you're talking about the current pool, that it's not being utilized, it's unutilized space.
When we do like swim lessons, we're able to utilize it, or our water aerobics, deep water aerobics, that's where they hold.
So those are in the morning.
Correct, yes.
So I'm just wondering, if it's unutilized space, why are we expanding it?
Well, we're removing that amount of water,
Mhm.
the depth of it basically. So 'cause all that water is just water that you're not able, well, you're having to treat all of it, right? And now we're hoping to expand just how much surface area we can utilize.
Okay, but as I look at this whole program pool area, open plunge, that's probably not gonna be used very much, is what I'm,
I think it would be.
You think
actually,
so?
Yeah, because our section that we have right now, this area here does get utilized quite a bit, and that's about a 5 foot depth area.
So you're saying without the diving boards, we're gonna get a lot more use out of it.
Yeah.
so, okay,
Yes.
walk me through how the program pool would work in an open plunge time. Like, are people still just gonna be hanging out, or is it gonna be only reserved for lap swimmers who wanna swim at like 1 in the afternoon?
No, I think it would be open to the entire public. We would
Okay.
have no lap lanes in
And
it.
the Ninja Cross element, that
Yeah.
would be,
Oh,
would
that's
serve several people at once. You would have the rope off when you're using it across a piece of that pool, you do from underneath it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could even, could we put like a climbing wall that they could jump off into that program pool? Will that
Yeah,
work too?
the height is what limits you though, in the depth of the pool.
So if we just went deeper there, you could.
Right, but then we kind of maybe get into that, how much of that pool do we utilize again, you know? If it's right next to that wall, you can have a couple people maybe doing the climbing wall, but then
Okay.
the area around it, you have to expand an area where they can't fall on somebody.
Could we expand the activity pool to the south and rope off a section for a climbing wall, diving? You know,
Definitely
like,
look at options.
yeah,
Yeah,
Climbing walls are something you'd like to see.
Yeah, how sacrosanct are those two, the lifeguard building and the storage building? Cause I'm just looking at, that's just space that we can make the pool bigger.
Mhm.
Like, that's just there, and if we moved them into just one support building across, that's more.
so
area.
again, from this, it was cost.
Yeah.
Save
So if
the
we-
buildings that are newer, and
Okay.
that way we can reutilize them.
like, to Adam's point, I think I'd like to see three options, and like, maybe this is like the lowest level.
Mhm.
I'd like to see a pie in the sky, like, you know, like
Right.
what are all the crazy cool things we could do, and then like some middle between this and the pie in the sky.
The climbing wall, I have a problem that we could get sued, couldn't we?
There is liabilities.
There's a lot of liability in
Okay,
general.
I'm just throwing that out.
This is a liability zone.
I'm just throwing that out, like,
That is true. The whole thing's like.
The whole thing's like,
well,
like, if we did the,
yeah.
Well, they'd have to sign a waiver,
Yeah.
probably. Like you do. Like there's rec centers with climbing walls, and you have to like sign a thing.
like, if we did the flow rider, there'd be a waiver that they'd have to do.
Right.
Associated with it.
And we did explore that, Adam.
Oh, my resident gave me a whole bunch of stuff on it. If you want details, like costs of it
Yeah.
and like impact of how much like maintenance was, she did all the research for me.
Talk to me as well.
So,
And VCBO
My
did,
residents
did
just
do
want
the
a
flow
splash
rider in
pad.
Linden.
did you?
And the pool, so we can show you that. as we go.
That's who they talked to, so we got the
All
same
right.
people.
So yeah, if you're okay, we'll just continue to the next slide here. So this is our bathhouse area. With legislation and just kind of the, I guess, direction a lot of rec centers are going. And even what we did here in our facility with the single occupancy bathrooms, that's kind of the way most things are going. So instead of a large bath changing room area, we're going to individual changing rooms, dry rooms where they don't have water or toilets, just a small restroom, utilizing those, and then the family change rooms that you'd be able to utilize. So single occupancy or family occupancy only.
So did you say no showers, or
They would have showers in them.
do we have to?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, county code requires that.
You have to be wet before you get into the park.
Right, yeah.
And in this area in the yellow, this is the overhang area. These are kind of a nice little bench feature that we have, and then lockers that would be outside of the space. So it's not enclosed in it, so you'd be able to utilize those areas for storage. You can see our point of sale and entry is down on the south side here. That's kind of the main corridor to come into the pool space. We have an office area and some storage in that space behind it. Our chemical storage now has moved on to, that would be the west end of that building. So now the trucks, when they pull up, can just pull right up against the curb of the landscape that's right there in that parking lot. So it was a way better utilization of that. The gray area up to the top is now our filtration and pump house. And then we have an indoor party room in the purple right there. Okay, any questions on that?
And is it indoor, like fully enclosed, or
This-
is there like an open wall?
That's
Yeah.
fully enclosed.
Yeah, fully enclosed
Air
with windows.
conditioned.
Okay. So this kind of gives you the conceptual idea of the grounds and how the layout is. Yeah, I agree. I mean, being able to expand into this concrete area with
Yes.
more pool,
Bigger lazy river, the
Yes,
one
that's-
round, I think there's.
One of our constraints was
Yeah, that's
the
mine.
pool itself right now is maxed out by surface area volume, where we would have to, if we do increase that, we have to increase the number of restrooms, and all that brings up the cost on it, so.
Can you put restrooms in the party areas to compensate? So you don't have to expand the main building?
Potentially, maybe, but
No,
I don't know if that would be helpful, so you could put
it
them.
would have to be
Why is
accessible.
that
be
in the party
accessible
room? I don't want
and
anybody
closed.
coming in.
The bathrooms are tied to how big the pool is.
No, that would just be for the people using the party
we
room.
hit certain thresholds as the
Okay,
pool is
because they have a certain number of
bigger.
bathrooms they need, or,
Again, how our limitations were drawn down,
right.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that was just not something I expected to hear today.
Yeah.
The bathrooms were tied to size.
Yes.
So we'll go into it a little bit further. Here's a good view though of that Ninja Cross area, kind of like a little obstacle course for them across those pools. Obviously, we wouldn't have lane lines in at the same time, but. So here you can kind of see the splash pad area. We'll have another slide from a different angle of that. But just the layout of how the pool can be utilized. And then you can kind of see underneath what those locker and benches look like, and then the changing rooms behind those.
Is it like a bring your own lock kind of locker, or like a you pay $1 and you can use the locker?
No, I think we could come up with either option really, so, yeah.
Most facilities I've seen, usually you bring your own lock, but.
Well, we could charge like
Having locks for sale, too.
like at Laguna Beach, it's like $5 and you get a locker.
It is kind of nice to, I think, have it available, that way they get utilized. And even if they're pay a quarter or whatever it used to be, like our outdoor pool currently is a quarter, we still have people that utilize them without paying and just take up the space anyhow. But
Rather
we
than
have,
locking it.
we have a large number of lockers that they can do that, so.
So I have a question about this path right there that's down the center. Is that concrete? Cause it's a different tone. Is
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, it is just a concrete.
It is concrete and it's
It's
just
concrete.
colored different for aesthetics. Okay, I didn't know if it was like a rubber.
Would people climb on that? Or
Oh, are you thinking in
yes.
this area here, in the middle? No, we wouldn't want people on that.
how do you prevent that if it's like right there?
Lifeguards.
What's that?
Lifeguards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So here's the other view. This gives you that great view of the activity area, that zero depth entry. So this large fish is actually a slide that you climb into and slide out the mouth of it. You have little water cannons, some bubbler areas.
So, we've kind of talked about the grade here.
Yeah.
Cause our current pool, I feel like you're in the shallow end for about 10 years before you get, it goes above your ankles. Are we going a little bit deeper, faster?
It is, it's a little shorter.
Okay.
area, so.
It is only, that is only 18 inches deep there by the chairs. So it goes from 18 inches all the way to 0 on the fish slide. But then you go down a couple of steps to the activity area that you see beyond those lounge chairs.
So that kind of gives you a good view of what it would look like though, from that angle. Our entryway, so again, point of sale would be kind of in this location here, and then we'd have exits on the opposite side, so we have a nice flow of traffic in and out. We'd be able to bring vehicles in here, potentially, a food truck right into that area too for after-hour rentals. And here you can kind of see the canopy of that party area. It is a pretty large space. We would be able to get multiple tables underneath there, I think you did rounds underneath it in one drawing. Maybe, I don't know, I can't remember how many exactly you had, but.
Well, we could look at doing smaller, more numerous ones too, instead of having one.
Right, or one kind of bigger one and two smaller ones. Kind of like we
What
have
do we
each other in
charge?
sizes.
Now,
Julie, can you help me with that one?
She had the
Oh, she had to leave. I wanna say it's $3 right now. I could look it up real quick too for you, but I'll get you that.
that's fine, around that, it's around 3.
Yeah.
You can tell I haven't been there for 3 years.
But then most people do a punch pass. A lot of
Yeah.
Punch Pass and that gives a small discount,
It's
so you
like
get like
$2.50.
20.
Yeah, I think per visit with a punch pass.
And Ninja Obstacle Course maybe.
So this slide here shows our direct costs of revenue versus our expenses with operations and the lifeguards to operate. So I don't think there's a pool anywhere that operates at a positive, except for private pools. Most publics, it's a service that we are providing to our citizens. So I'll just be upfront and honest with you on that. But we do generate pretty good revenue year after year, so.
And we charge for the party areas.
We do, yeah. Yeah, it's a new feature that they've started doing, probably since right around COVID, I think, having party rentals. Maybe just the last 2 or 3 years we've started that. Okay. So funding, Brenda will be better able to explain this, but our CIP fund savings, you guys have already kind of earmarked about $6 million towards the project. That's just funds that we've been budgeted and kind of hoping that we would see in the next few years with your approval of our CIP funds. Unrestricted impact fee, that's from the Parks and Rec impact fees that we'd be able to utilize.
That's in the bank right now, is 6.2.
I believe so, is that correct?
Yes, but there are a lot of things that probably should be done with that 6.2. Not including a pool.
You'll see in our CIP some of those other projects too that you guys have been kind of aware of, but haven't been funded completely yet, right? So, yeah, that kind of explains that slide there. So for sake of being able to show you some other pools that VCBO has designed, the Linden Pool, this was built 2006 at a cost of $9.5 million. In today's dollars, that would equate to about $22 to $24 million. This does have the flow rider. You can see this layout footprint of the area is about 2.9 acres. If we were to expand our footprint a little bit, we would be about 2.5 acres. So that kind of gives you an idea of what their space. Right now we're about 2.2 acres, so 2.25.
So you're saying we could go up to 2.5?
Yeah, easily into the
Easily.
park,
Maybe
Again,
0.6,
cost.
0.7, yeah.
There's a large hill there that if you wanted to expand further, we'd have to remove.
What's that
And there's some,
great thing?
difficulties doing that and expense.
So is their pool mostly a lazy river?
There's a lot of lazy river there, yes.
It's mostly a lazy river.
But, that's a big pool. That's, how many square feet? 15,000 square feet in the pool we're looking at right now. The concept we just showed you was about, what was it, 8,800. So it's nearly twice as big as far as water area,
Oh, including the lazy river. All
including the lazy river, yes.
I mean, having a really giant lazy river is pretty cool.
It is.
Like around the whole thing.
Almost feels like it could run there.
And we were
Yeah, I don't
We
know
were
that
trying
I
to
wanted
push
that
for
big.
that.
I do lazy river races.
Yeah, right.
We really tried to push for a larger footprint and lazy river. And to Nathan's credit, I mean, just the expenses, they just grow up. The next slide here, we'll show you is Payson's Pool. This one was built in 2005 at a cost of $7.4 million. Today's dollars, that equates to about $18 to $20 million. Same area, footprint almost. They're actually only 1.5 acres.
What do you call that thing again?
This one does not,
No, it's not. So it's a nice, kind of a medium-sized lazy river, somewhere in between the concept we have for you and Linden.
And this one has 2 slides. How many slides did the other one have? 11.
Two had two as well.
Two as well.
They had a twisty slide, and then we later on came in and added a really large speed slide.
See,
That
that's the one
that was
here.
about 4
Oh,
years
okay.
ago,
That one has 2.
yeah.
and that for the teenagers, right?
Right.
That's a thrill ride.
Yeah, I mean, on that note, I don't know like if a lot of the cost is just in building the structure, but it's like once we have a slide, if we could add like 2 or 3, right?
Right.
Well, that's even an interesting point.
Because doesn't Cottonwood have 3? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
If we have the right structure, at least the groundwork in place, we can always go back and add things if we feel like we need to.
So we are limited with, you have to have the deck space to be able to utilize an extra slide, or the pool size has to be a little bit larger, the catch pool area.
Catch pool. Now,
So-
this one is a run-out slide. That's a little different than you might be familiar with. Like the one you currently have goes into the pool, right?
Correct.
This one is a run-out, so that big white area, that, I don't know, can you point to that?
Yeah, this area
That's a
right
big
here.
flat area there that people just run out and just slowly stop. So that's
And then
another
they
option.
exit to the deck instead of in a pool.
That's a good way to add a slide to an existing pool. But you're also adding pumps, filtration, all of the equipment as well with the slide.
So, but to Adam's point, if we designed it to be a certain way in the future, like maybe we could not add all the elements right now, but as long as we
Have
had
the
like the
infrastructure.
catch and as long as the infrastructure was there, then
Right.
That's right.
we
So
decided that
what
way.
do slides typically run?
Oh, it just,
Half a mil.
it just depends. I would say roughly $500,000, depending on what you get, a little more, a little less.
And is each one incremental, or like once you have all the poles and the structure to hold it up, like is it less expensive to add another chute?
Yeah, unless you have a tower,
Right.
yeah.
That's what I'm
You'll have to
saying.
have poles for to hold the slide itself up, yeah. Yes,
Does take away some of the cost.
some of it.
I mean, I'm not saying I want it to be a water park, but I want it to feel a little bit like a water park, adjacent.
Sounds good. Now you can see this pool has a lot of deck space too, and I think we shouldn't undersize our deck.
Yeah, smaller.
These busy pools, and
Portable.
that's not a real great picture, but it's, you get a lot of people out there, and you want deck space for them to circulate and to sit around.
They have nice utilization. This is where we got the idea kind of for all that shade. They came back in after the fact and added these shade panels.
Like cabanas,
Mhm.
so like not rental, just kind of first come
Right,
first served.
yeah. Yeah, and they mentioned it was a well-utilized area when they put those in, so. Okay.
Yeah. And the flow rider, do we want to talk about flow rider?
I'd love to talk about the
I know that would their cost roughly $1 million to put in, but that was 16 years ago. So we've queried costs from our pool consultants, and they're telling me in excess of $2 million now. So I would say a good budget number would be about $3 million for.
So going off my trusted resident here, she looked at 2. One was a mill. If it was, they said in Hurricane they did one. It was not Flow Rider brand, but they did it for $500,000. That was what and they just did it recently.
You know, Temu.
You
The
what?
Temu Flow Rider.
The Temu.
Called water surfer.
So, yeah, I think
It's definitely a nice feature, and we
it would
just
be,
nixed it because of cost. So it wasn't anything.
Yeah, I'd
Cost
say-
cost is a tricky thing to
Yeah.
look at on paper because not every number includes all the cost.
it's fair.
So like, yeah, you might buy the flow rider for $1.5 million, but then you've got to build your pump room and you've got all the pumps and filtration. It costs us in deck space. It costs us mount up.
It is another body of water, so again, we have to factor in the amount of restroom space too, or fixture counts, right, go up for that, so.
There is a yearly maintenance cost too. I don't know what that is right off the top of my head. That's something that Lyndon can probably answer. Flow rider.
Linden says they spend approximately $30,000 a year on maintenance.
How much do they make in charging people for it?
They charge $20 per day for unlimited rides on it, and I don't have their
So I don't
annual.
mean to push you on the spot.
Yeah, I don't have their annual
I
on
was
there.
wondering how that factors into the 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's about 30,000 is what I say a year, an average cost.
So our operations right now for our outdoor pool, the cost is $110,000, so you're about a third of that.
You know what doesn't cost anything to operate? Is rental cabanas.
You know?
And I would be paying for one, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll buy one,
Well,
but
people will,
I'm
like-
the only one that can use it.
People will show up early in the day to get those cabanas, you know?
To get, but if they're for rent, you know. $25 a day, I'd pay $25 a day.
Oh,
For sure. Yeah,
I'm gonna be there all day.
definitely.
Okay, any other questions that we have?
Yeah, I have a few. Sorry to do that. So we've talked about some of the cool stuff we've seen in other Utah pools. Like, do we kind of have a concept of what, like, 8 pools around the country, like, what are the cool new things in rec pools? Like, I mean, above and beyond climbing walls, flow riders, or is that kind of it?
We go to a lot of national conferences looking at recreation products, and I think you've got some really cutting edge pieces here that we've picked in the pool. This is the very latest in all the kiddie toys in that shallow area. The Ninja course, I think this is the only second one in the state of Utah, other than Provo. So
Do you know of anyone who has 2 ninja courses so that like people can kind of race, like?
Provo. They have a much bigger one. It's in their indoor lap pool, and it's a whole framework that kind of it retracts from the ceiling, so they can have races, lap swims, and they can lower it down over the.
Okay, the lowering mechanism. So let's see. Okay, so I just the other day, like a neighbor was close to me. They said, what we really miss is the park used to have like a food place, like a permanent food place. And I know we moved it for, various reasons, and then we had like a food truck that was there all the time for a while, and then I think we stopped doing that for whatever reason it was. But they said just like a food stand, they really miss having that. And, and looking at the pool, I thought, what if you had a food place that opened both ways, both to the outside of the pool for people to get food. You'd either point it towards the ball diamond there, or towards like the bigger pavilion and that kind of area that people are a lot. And then like to the inside where people you can, like
Right.
that kind of food.
So one negative to it is, and we've kind of explored this option, Linden has food that they serve. If you stick to like a prepackaged, then we don't have to have like food handlers permits. What we've done in the past at the pool is actually just contract that out to someone to come in to, they used to run the, what was it called, the snack shack that
Yeah.
was there in the park.
They do that for the golf course?
Yeah, they still do that way at the golf course too.
Yeah, a space that we would contract out that somebody would come in and they would do the food handler's permit and we would just have the space.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
And they'd come in and do it seasonally, in theory.
Mhm.
Anyway, I think that would be really cool and make the space.
But you
Even
have
cooler.
a space, right? That would be good. for-
They used to come in, they'd have like a little cabana
But in
bar set up.
in what you just showed us.
No, we don't have one in this pool design, no.
Oh, I thought you had an area right there.
Sorry, I'll go back.
Yeah.
Sorry, Diane. This
I
area
thought you
right here.
said, yeah,
That's just a party area.
So if somebody wanted to have a birthday, you
right.
get a birthday party there.
But I thought you said that there was an area that you could have a.
You could bring a food truck in
Food
here.
truck,
Yeah,
yes,
we would
yeah.
probably hold it till after hours though or something, or
Oh, okay. So you didn't
like as
mean
a
it to be.
rental. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So anyway, I think that would kind of 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
We could service the ball diamond and all sorts of other functions. Also, this may not be the highest priority, but I do like when we do the movies in the pool. And do we know if like there's kind of like a better layout to make it so that we can have like really kind of successful movies in the pool?
yeah. I think that probably the best utilization would be either the program pool or this activity area here. And maybe doing it kind of like in this space where you could see it from both areas. I think that would probably be the best. Again, we've opened it up where we'd be able to drive vehicles in there, drop off and unload things. Right now, you can't really do that in our space, so easily.
I'm just saying if we're going back to the drawing board, if we just kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Also, okay, let's see. And I did want to say that I do like the lazy river. I like the program pool. I like the bridge, like in between the 2 pool spaces, like for chairs and things. And I do like a lot about it. I just bigger and more, is what I wrote down. And you know, one of our priorities from the council workshop, or our top priority was, you know, quality of life. So this kind of really speaks to our top priority for the year.
Anything else?
I like the fish.
Doing it.
Also, I think the ninja.
So now-
The ninja is cool. Yeah.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah.
So now you need to give us direction on,
Come back with a different design.
Go for the steak dinner and then work down.
Yeah,
Filet mignon,
What do you think?
creme
Like,
brulee.
what do you want from us?
How
I guess
much do
we
you
need
want the bond payment to be?
$10 million.
you'd have, how much cash did you say you
How
had?
much do we have, Kim? Did you say?
So
No.
if,
Depends on if you want to
Does
replace.
he need to come up here?
Yeah.
oh no, I can go down there by Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your question is how much money do we have?
Yeah.
We have $6 million that's in CIP over the last 2 or 3 years. If you look at that $6 million and earmark it to the park impact fees, which we have about 6 million, we have $6 million. If you look at that as two separate pots, like $12 million, so you have the 6 million that have been budgeted in CIP the last couple of years. Plus you have $6 million that's freed up from park impact fee. So you have $12 million. You also have park impact fee monies coming in. However, when we did our park master plan, the pool was not at capacity. So you cannot use monies that aren't freed up from impact fee. The reason you have $6 million, and Brenda, correct me if I'm wrong, $6 million freed up is Brenda took $6 million that we spent on the armory, and that freed up that money for other projects. That makes sense? So I think what I'm hearing is that you want a bigger, better pool, which Jeff would tell you his staff and VCBO said all along, we want a bigger, better pool. But we were tied to, we started at 10 million, then we went up 12 million, we're at 14 million. I think if you give VCBO and Jeff some direction on, here's the appetite that we're willing to put towards the pool. I like your idea of good, better, best. However,
Yeah.
that doesn't work because we would have to pay VCBO to design 3 pools.
Oh.
So you're going to be wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars designing 3 pools. We hired the best pool contractor or best architect in the state. VCBO is, if you ask any city, they'll tell you VCBO is the crown. If you give them 2 things, what the appetite is for how much can they spend, or how much can they design for, and then how active do you want it, they can figure that out, and I'm certain that you'll like what they propose. I think you like what they propose now.
yeah.
Based on the amount of money that they had to spend.
Yeah.
The other thing that's important to understand is, and I'll let Nathan tell you, currently, the cost of building a pool is increasing 5% a year,
Yeah, 3 to 5.
3 to 5% a year. So the other option is, if you don't want to do anything, and like Adam said, we're not getting a bigger pool, Jeff can continue to patch the pool that we have. In a year like this, when we didn't have the freezing temperatures, the patch has worked. Other years it doesn't work. And there may or may not be a day when we have a catastrophe and we're just done. We believe underneath the pool there's a large void. And at some point that void's just gonna open up.
Yeah.
Right?
open up. You mean like,
Open up and then we can't fix it.
not while people are swimming?
No,
I'm
not like.
thinking,
I have a picture too now. It's children
gonna happen
sinking.
little Timmy to the center of the earth.
It'll likely happen during the winter.
Here he is.
Okay.
So that's the direction that they need is.
So,
Like 20 million.
okay, so walk me through. So right now we're at 14 million. If we went, well, let's just play it with numbers. If we went 16, what are we getting? What more are we getting, just off the top of your head?
One slide.
The square foot cost of this type of pool is about $550 a square foot. So, we could do the math on that,
Did we say $100,000 per lane?
something like that.
So right now we have sorry. I changed.
No, you're doing great.
I'm Julie Konishi, if you don't know who I am. I'm the aquatics manager. Today's first day of swim lessons.
Yeah.
So that's why I was here and there. If you add a lane to that 5-lane pool, it's about another $100,000 to add the 6-lane and so on. Something that I would love is, from the beginning, we've talked about less cement, more water.
Yeah.
So really, I think it depends on some of the things, if you want to see swim meets out there or water polo matches out there, things like that. Besides the flow rider and the entertainment, do we want to be able to entertain an idea of outdoor swim meets, outdoor water polo matches? Do we want to be able to use it for other things besides recreation?
How much revenue do those generate?
It depends. Last year, the Olympic development team wanted to rent our pool for a tournament, and I could have rented it to them at $500 an hour, or whatever I asked them to, because really they want centrally located. They want a nice space where families can come and be and not have to go all the way up to Park City or Ogden or around. So I think it depends. The flow rider we could rent for quite a bit. There's dentist office that would rent the pool for their summer parties. But for lap lanes, we could set really a price that we want it to be. I rent the indoor pool currently for $160 per hour just for water polo matches, but it's just our indoor facility. So, but really I think it just depends on what we want to bring in.
Can I throw out a concept? So my priorities would probably be more like super cool features like flow rider or climbing while you jump off of, than more like party space, event space / maybe a restaurant space that a contractor could come in, and then more water space. So I don't know if other people's priorities are similar, but that's where I'm at. Like some wow features. That's my top priority.
The lazy river,
I
I'd
just-
just like that expand.
Yeah. I question how much, like if somebody has a birthday party in August, are they really gonna rent the space, or are they just gonna bring their kids and find a table and sit there?
We have, for years, rented out almost every night at the outdoor pool for parties. So it was something that we were
Well, that's
pretty
the whole
consistent.
pool, right?
Yeah.
Not just,
We started last year renting out an area, so I
Yeah.
don't know if you've been to the outdoor pool.
yeah, seen it.
Just on the north side towards the softball field where there's a large cement area, we put in 5 tables and umbrellas, and people are renting that for party spaces
How successful has that been?
every day.
Really?
So
So if
it's,
we did add 2 spaces, you're
I feel
confident
like,
that it would be used more often than not?
yes, I think so. So again, I think it would depend on how much we charge, but people really like having their secure space where their towels and their kids and their pizzas can be. I think the 2 that we have would be rented. I don't know if we did more. But if we did do sectioned off areas that we could kind of do a cabana style, I think families would possibly rent those if we, especially for the shade, right? Like
Absolutely.
there are people who want
Absolutely.
shade, but
I'd go to the pool more if there was a shade that I knew I was gonna have shade.
yeah. But I think that we could potentially look at renting just cabana spaces or the, just the shaded spaces for families or whatever, so. But people do want their safe, secure spot for their place.
Okay, we only got we're out of time, so let's give them a budget. How much more do we wanna increase it? Paul, what are you thinking?
Flow rider and cabana space, probably 3 million more.
Say 3, and what are you thinking? I'll take my number, I'm thinking is 4, so 3 to 4 million,
Above 14,
Yeah.
increase it.
I'd say up to 20 would be. I'd like to go lower, but like I'd say, because if we can't do 3,
That's what I would say.
But
I think you would notice 20, I mean 16,
Yes.
it's only
16
16
you're not gonna
on more.
notice.
Say
That's
20.
like adding probably less than another appropriate pool of water to this, because you have to upsize the building as well.
So we gotta get to 20 to make it the impact.
Because we're not doing 3 versions, we've already got the budget version. Can I see the best version?
2 million.
Like if you guys weren't constrained the first time, like what would be like, we're gonna design the coolest pool in the, you know.
So we are right at 20.
Our thing is all about the
That's
straight
what I
stuff.
wonder.
Right.
All right, 20 million. Bring it back to us. Okay?
Brenda's like,
Yeah.
How much you want, you obviously.
I guess if you wanna raise property taxes to make the bond payment,
This year for CIP,
We're gonna
plan
want,
on 2 years,
People would be
yeah,
okay with
we're
that.
probably gonna want ads for CIP for the pool.
so 3 million.
in addition to raising property taxes to pay for fire.
So, yeah, let's add to it there.
We have to face that fire, so we be the face of that.
So, all right. Thank you guys. Thanks for your discussion. All right.
thanks.
Next item is, I've lost my agenda, it's somewhere in here, but it's Brenda talking about,
I'm next up for lunch.
what is it? It's Brenda talking about bonds. Oh, hey, it's right in front of me.
Me
There we
too.
go. All right, it's a discussion on a resolution of the municipal council of Murray City, the city declaring the city's intent to reimburse itself for expenditures incurred in connection with financing all or a portion of capital improvements to the water system of the city and related improvements with proceeds of bonds that the city intends to issue and related matters. Brenda.
Basically, what this says is, if we bond for a water system improvements, we will reimburse ourselves for any costs that are being associated from this point back 60 days and forward. Because it could take us a while if we do a bond to get it done, but the costs of drilling the well on Winchester have already started because they're doing a test drill right now. So, that's what this says. It doesn't say we will bond, it does say the max we will bond, and this particular one is 5 million. They're not looking at 5 million, they're looking at 4.5 proceeds, which we always sell our bonds at premium, so it could be around $3.78 million. So, or 4, depending on how we go. So, all this is saying is, if we bond, we're gonna reimburse ourselves. And it'll be in council tonight.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thanks, Brenda.
Take it then.
With that, we're adjourned.
No ULC, no LPC thing? No? Okay.
We Council meeting for Murray City Municipal Council to order. We have all council members present, as well as Brooke Smith, our city recorder, the mayor, GL Critchfield, and Jennifer Kennedy, our executive director, will be here shortly. Our first matter of business, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance from Greg Ballon.
Everybody please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right, our first matter of business is to approve the council meeting council meeting minutes from February 17th, 2026. Do I have any corrections or changes to them? Okay, then I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the minutes for February 17th, 2026.
I'll second.
I've got a motion from Councilmember Cotter and a second from Councilmember Pickett. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed if there be any. All right, then we will open this up for citizen comments. Please, if you have citizen comments that is not related to one of the public hearings that we have today, please come to the microphone. You have 3 minutes, state your name and city of residence, and then fill out the form that Patty has.
Hello, Mayor and City Council members. So happy to be with you here today. I want to thank you for your continued commitment to designating April as Child Abuse Awareness Month. Here in Murray, it's my understanding that it's been a long-standing tradition, and I want to tell you how much that means to me personally as a Murray citizen. Year after year, a proclamation has come from this body and has reflected that the heart of this city is really rooted in protecting children and families. As a longtime Murray resident, this proclamation means something special to me. I'm proud to live in a city that consistently chooses to show up for children and families. That consistency matters. It sends a message about who we are and the children we're raising. A huge thank you to my council member, Clark Bolin, for introducing me officially to my new friends at the Murray Exchange, and for their partnership and steady support for this issue year after year. Real prevention happens when community leaders like yourselves step forward together, and you continue to do that year after year. For me, April isn't just any opportunity to raise awareness about the work I'm passionate about. It's deeply personal as well. There was a time in my own childhood when I didn't have that safe and trustworthy adult, and that absence was felt deeply. I know what it feels like to desperately hope someone will notice that something is off, to pray for someone to step in and keep you from harm. I hope for a community willing to surround a family and care before you get to that part and before the crisis defines them. This is why the proclamation matters. Child abuse prevention isn't only about responding when something goes wrong, it's about building a city where families feel connected, supported, and seen. It's about neighbors who check in, coaches who listen, faith leaders and teachers and business owners and elected officials like yourselves who understand that strengthening families is everyone's responsibility. By making this proclamation, you're doing more than designating a month on the calendar. You're reminding every child in Murray that they matter and that they're seen by you and by all of us. You're reminding every parent that is asking for help and a sign of strength that they are not weak, that they are strong by coming forward and asking for help. And reminding all of us that protecting children is not someone else's job, it's all of our jobs. So today I join with you to celebrate this beautiful tradition and to recommit to the work ahead. Together we can ensure that every child in Murray grows up safe, supported, and surrounded by immense possibility. Thank you for standing with children and families, not just in April, but all year long. Thank you.
Deandra, can you, for the record, can you state your name and city of residence?
Yes, Deandra Brown, and I'm a proud resident of Murray.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Roseanne Coleman. I am currently on the Murray Senior Rec Center Advisory Board. I wanted to let the city know, the city council know that I have much enjoyed being a part of the growth and the continued support for our seniors in Murray. We have more classes, activities, and, and trips now more than ever. We are growing at an incredible rate and quite frankly need more space for all the activities we offer. I feel that the senior center is vital in the lives of our growing population of aging baby boomers, giving them a place to make those connections, keeping them active and healthy. We offer classes like watercolor, drawing and cartooning, science, history, AI made simple, vital aging, nutrition, mind over matter, storytelling, gardening, grief support, and book club. My husband and I were able to have our taxes done by a wonderful AARP volunteer this year. We have visited the Utah Symphony, Synchronicity, Salt Caves, Sir Walter Candy Company. We went to the Importance of Being Earnest and the Marvelous Wonderettes. The center did a tour of Murray, including the museum, and had lunch at the Tea Rose, which was so popular it will be repeated in April. I had a wonderful time at the game show battle rooms, which was also so popular, we are thinking of doing it every other month. We will start our Taste of the Town Mondays visiting local Murray eateries once a month. This month will be Wingers. Hope you can join us. And I cannot forget to mention all the exercise classes, which are my personal favorites. There are several levels of yoga classes, from beginner chair yoga, which registered 50 people this month, to the more experienced yoga classes, dance classes like line dancing and Nia, strength conditioning, Triple G, which is guns, guts, and glutes. I like that one too. Tai Chi, and starting this month, the Silver Splash or Aquafit class in connection with the Murray Rec Center, and a new Balance Fit class, which is so important to seniors. We have social events like our Thursday night dances and book club, the Jeannie Luke Choir, the new game day, several different card games, and mahjong. As you can see, we have something for everyone who walks through our doors. Once again, I thank you for your continued support and keeping our center a thriving place for all seniors to enhance their lives.
Okay, seeing no other comments, I close the citizen comments portion of the meeting, and we will move on to special recognition. Our first recognition is for Murray City Employee of the Month, Aaron Breinhart, who is from Facilities, the Facility Maintenance Supervisor, myself, Mayor Hales, and Jeff Martin presenting.
Aaron, you gotta come up too. You wanna start?
We're gonna start real quick. So this is a wonderful opportunity. I would assume most of you have seen Aaron, right? Since he's with Facilities. And by the way, I just want to mention, Aaron, you have been a phenomenal employee. You are always respectful, you're kind, always interested in helping out, and you don't need a lot of fanfare, like me. But anyway, we really appreciate it. You've been a wonderful employee. 11 years, I believe, is that correct? 11 years in a few weeks, yeah. Anyway, it's been wonderful. You've been awesome, and there was a reason you were selected to be the Employee of the Month. So thank you for all you've done from the administration, and we just value your employment very much. So thank you for who you are. Thank you.
Okay, so Aaron, thank you. As the mayor said, 11 years, and as Jeff pointed out to us, your just attention to detail and even just the stuff you've done in the short time in this position that you've had has been really immensely helpful and really helped out the city. So the mayor will hand this to you, but this is a certificate from the council. Also, we have well, I can hand it to him. You're just right there. There you go. So this is, and then we have a $50 gift card for you as a token of appreciation from the council.
Aaron, I just want to kind of reiterate that since moving over to the rec center, you've just done an admirable job for us over there. There's been just an enormous amount of projects, large projects, from upgrading our fire alarm systems, the outdoor lighting that we have in the parking lots, the air handler units, everything that you've done over there, plus just the custodial, taking that back over. He's been with the facilities department for about 4 or 5 years, I think now. So, and everywhere we've rotated Aaron around, he's just helped out tremendously. So congratulations and well-deserved.
So my wife Heather and my daughter Emily, they're here to support me. My other two are working, so.
All right. All right. Well, thanks, Aaron. Another hand.
Okay, our second special recognition now is to consider a joint resolution of the mayor and municipal council of Murray City, Utah, in support of the Murray Exchange Club by recognizing and declaring April 2026 as Child Abuse Prevention Month. Mayor Hales presenting.
I wanted to ask the council if you'd allow two things. Would you allow me to invite Sherry and her group up to stand here while we do this? And then I'm going to ask one more thing. Well, let me ask Sherry first. Go ahead. Come on up, you guys. Everyone. Oh, all of you. Yeah, we like to see this crowd. Hi, Tara. Sherry,
Who brought the crew? Oh, okay.
And would you allow Brandon to read this? Thank you. Hold on, Brandon. Now, before you do this real quick, I just want to say that that was really nice. Is Deandra still here? Yep, she's here.
Yeah,
Come on.
she's here.
Thank you for your nice words. I just want to make sure. We partner with these guys, but these guys are really the ones that do all the work. And I'll point at all of them, but Sherry, this has been a passion of Sherry's. And so we want to make sure that we recognize all of you for what you do. And Sherry, you've been, you've been really good. Thank you. So, Brandon.
All right. A joint resolution of the mayor and municipal council of Murray City, Utah, in support of the Murray Exchange Club by recognizing and declaring April 2026 as Child Abuse Prevention Month. Whereas the children of Murray are the future of our state's success, and investing in their general welfare, safety, and livelihood are of the utmost priority. And whereas all children deserve to grow up in a safe and nurturing environment to assure they reach their full potential as they grow and develop. And whereas the protection of children and strengthening of families is of concern and responsibility of all Murray citizens, because the wellness of children affects our lives now and will continue to affect us in the future. And whereas child abuse is a serious problem, with each child abuse case impacting an entire family and affecting the community as a whole. And whereas child abuse respects no racial, religious, socioeconomic, or geographic boundaries. And whereas all citizens of Murray need to become more aware of child abuse and its prevention within their respective communities, and actively encourage and support parents to raise their children in a safe and nurturing environment. And whereas preventing child abuse requires each member of the community to be attentive to the problems of families around them and commit to do everything they can help. And whereas the National Exchange Club has adopted this cause as its national project and is supporting parent aid programs, parenting classes, educational programs, and community service activities, and is helping to make significant progress in stopping this crime against families and children. And whereas the Murray Exchange Club members are active and positive participants in the City of Murray in accordance with the standards of the National Exchange Club. And whereas the Murray Exchange Club is anxious and appreciative to share this worthwhile cause and opportunity with Murray City. Now therefore, the Mayor and the City Council of Murray, on behalf of the citizens of Murray, proclaim April 2026 as Child Abuse Prevention Month. And we call upon all of our citizens to renew their commitment to be educated on the impact of child abuse and join in working for its prevention within our communities. Be it further resolved that we are appreciative of the work, care, and concern that our victim advocates, police, and detectives put forth in dealing with these tough cases. It is our hope that child abuse numbers will decrease as families develop healthy, caring, nurturing, loving relationships.
Thank you, Brandon, for doing that. So,
Mayor,
yes,
he didn't.
yeah, I'm going to read that.
Oh.
I'm going to read that for us so that we can do that now. So, be it still further resolved, we commend the Murray Exchange Club. I just wanted to make sure we were the ones saying this. The Murray Exchange Club for their continued efforts in helping families break free from this vicious cycle of child abuse. Our nation's greatest asset is our children. Our children deserve to grow up in a safe and nurturing environment to assure they reach their full potential. So we will present that to you before we say passed, and now turn it over to you for your approval.
All right, I will consider a motion on the resolution then.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the joint resolution of the mayor and the municipal council of Murray City, Utah, in support of the Murray Exchange Club by recognizing and declaring April 2026 as Child Abuse Prevention Month.
I will second that.
We've got a motion from Councilmember Boland and a second from Councilmember Pickett. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Boland?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye.
Mayor Hills?
Aye. So passed and approved and adopted this third day of March in the year 2026. Thank you, council. So let's get that.
We just wanted to say this is especially close to our hearts. Some of us, our own children, have been molested through either internet predecessors or family or other ways. And so, I mean, I just looked up today in Murray, and there's so many cases in Murray you can read about too right now. And everybody says, no, this doesn't happen in Murray. And unfortunately, we are no different than any other city. So we do invite everyone to come out with us on April 6th at 6 o'clock on the corner of Costco. Everyone will honk at us in a good way to put the pinwheels up for that will stand there for 2 weeks for the cases of abuse that stand for the ones that have happened in Murray in 2025. So thank you. Thank you all for doing that.
Thank you. We'll now move on to the consent agenda. Mayor Hills presenting.
Kathy, are you here, Houston? Oh, no, it's the wrong Kathy, sorry. You could have come up, Kathy. There's a lot of Kathys in this room, aren't there? Come on up, Kathy. This is one of my, I just love this lady. We go way back. One of the Golden Girls that I talk about all the time, that she is a cousin to her husband. So Jerry Lee and Ellie, so it's been fun to make that connection, hasn't it? So we have asked Kathy to serve on our Senior Rec Center on the advisory board, and you all got her resume and know how qualified Kathy is. And let me just tell you, Corey, come up too, sorry. Where's Corey? Sorry, Corey.
Don't bring him up.
I know, well, you're doing pretty good walking, Corey. So anyway, Corey had presented the name of Kathy, and of course, we were thrilled to have Kathy serve on this. Kathy and Ed, her husband, are at the Senior Rec Center quite often, quite a bit. And so they're part of it. If you go there, then you've definitely seen Ed and Kathy there. So anyway, we are presenting her name to the council for a confirmation of that advisory board.
Okay. Then with that, I'll entertain a motion on the consent agenda.
I'd like to make a motion to confirm the mayor's appointment of Kathy Houston as a Senior Recreation Center Advisory Board member.
I second it.
I've got a motion from Councilmember Pickett and a second from Councilmember Cotter. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Bullen?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye.
Thank you so much, Corey. Before Corey, I want you to say a few things.
First of all, Kathy and Ed are the stalwarts of our center. They do so much for the center as well as Roseanne. And I'm just grateful that she's willing to do it. She's always got great ideas and suggestions, always willing to volunteer, as well as her husband, two of the best people that come down to our center. And we're just grateful to have her on our advisory board. She's going to be awesome. And she's a Murray resident, loves Murray, and just a pleasure to be around. But she still won't make any Bruce Lee pictures for me in the art class. I've been on her for 4 years, but she just won't paint one. So there you have it.
Just holding out, you know. Oh, I think it's an honor to be on the board because I am vested in Murray and I want to see it succeed and I want the best for the seniors because I've seen it. And, you know, when you see 94-year-olds playing pickleball and coming in and they're not even winded, then you know something's going right, you know? So I am excited and happy to be on the board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. All right, we'll move to our first public hearing tonight is to consider a resolution appointing Laverne A. Snow to the South Salt Lake Valley Mosquito Abatement District. Jennifer Kennedy presenting.
Hello. Murray City does have one seat on the South Salt Lake Valley Mosquito Abatement District. For the past few years, it has been served by Laverne Snow. Her term ended, so we put a call out for applications. We had it open for a month. We received one application from Laverne Snow. So this public hearing is to appoint someone to that board. Doesn't necessarily have to be her, but she's the application that you have to look at. And she's here tonight if you'd like to talk to her.
Yeah, if she'd like to come up. Make your pitch of why we should consider you.
Well, it's nice to see you again. It hasn't been very many weeks since I was behind this podium before. It's really an honor to represent Murray. And, you know, being here tonight, it reinforces what a great city we live in. You know, there's a real city feeling in these meetings, and that's really nice. And I take mosquito abatement very seriously. I think I told you before, I'm more afraid of mosquitoes than I am black widows. And it's really an honor to be able to continue to help protect the public health of people in Murray and throughout our whole district. Anybody questions?
Any questions for Ms. Snow? All right.
I hear you come highly recommended by the previous representative.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, put in a good word.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Then since this is a public hearing, I'll open it up to public comments. If you'd like to speak on this issue, come to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and you have 3 minutes. All right, seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing portion of this, and I will send it to the council for discussion or a motion.
I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution appointing Laverne A. Snow to the South Salt Lake Valley Mosquito Abatement District.
I'll second.
I have a second from Councilmember Turner and a motion from Councilmember Turner and a second from Councilmember Bolin. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Bolin?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye. And on a 5-0 vote, we have appointed Ms. Snow to the district. So we will now move on to the second matter of business, which is to consider an ordinance vacating a municipal utility easement located at approximately 4998 South Galleria Drive and 4950 South Galleria Drive, Murray City, Utah, Salt Lake County, State of Utah. Greg Ballon presenting.
There we go. I was trying to think of something that would match the 3 Gs you got to talk about today, but I got nothing. So we'll dive right into it. Just as a refresher.
Hold on, Greg. Will you pull the microphone up so we can hear him?
There,
Thank
is
you,
that
sir.
better? Okay. So if you, I'm going to show off our cruise one more time. So, but just a refresher, this is the Galleria property. So if you can remember where was it the Fun Dome? What was it called way back in the day? It was always Galleria, but anyway, that's so it's the existing easement that's there right now is in yellow, and really doesn't serve a purpose at this moment. And so we've been asked to petition the council to vacate that easement, and this is a little closer look at it. And when we were considering this, we need to get from point A, which is anyway over here on the right, to point B over on the left, and that's really what we need to get because we got to serve. We got to keep power going to this air development or the other side of the development over there. So with that, the developer came forward, and this is a new proposed easement they will record for us once the other one is vacated, and it serves everything that we need, and really it gives us an extra point there as well. So it serves our purpose. So it meets our needs, and I think it's quite a valuable easement they're granting us. So we're in favor of that. So we'll just ask to vacate the existing easement, and of course the developers provided the city with a new utility easement. It is of greater value in our minds, and it is of greater value. And we did petition the owners of the property within 300 feet. We got a few responses back. People signed off on that. Not everybody, but everybody had the chance. They did have letters that went out, and we did get some responses, which I thought was great. So with that, staff recommends approving an ordinance vacating a municipal utility easement located at approximately 4998 South Galleria Drive and 4950 South Galleria Drive. And with that, do you have any questions?
You said you reached out to the residents within 300 feet of the house. You said was it not response, or was it no response, or was it they were opposed to it?
No response back.
No response, okay.
Yeah, and
cool.
we got a fair amount that did sign, probably not quite half, but yeah, so it just no response back, so.
Any other questions from the council? Okay. Thanks, Greg. And then with that, I will open it up to public comment on this issue. If you would like to speak to this issue, come to the microphone, state your name of residence, and then you'll have 3 minutes to discuss this. All right, seeing no comments, we will close the public hearing portion of this, and I will move it to the council for discussion or a motion.
I would like to make a motion on the ordinance vacating a municipal utility easement located at approximately 4998 South Galleria Drive and 4950 South Galleria Drive, Murray City, Salt Lake County, State of Utah.
Point of order. Was your motion to approve or deny?
Approve, sorry, approve.
Got a motion for Councilmember Cotter,
I'll second.
And okay, so I've got a motion from Councilmember Cotter to approve adopt the resolution or adopt the ordinance, and then a second from Councilmember Pickett. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Boland?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye. And with that, the ordinance is adopted 5-0. We will now move on to our our one business item today, which is consider a resolution of the Murray City, or of the Municipal Council, the Council of Murray City, Utah, the city, declaring the city's intention to reimburse itself for expenditures incurred in connection with financing all or a portion of capital improvements to the water system of the city and related improvements with proceeds of bonds that the city intends to issue and related matters. Brenda Moore.
Thank you for having me, council. If you don't know, a bond attorney wrote that description, so that it has everything in it that we need. So all this resolution does is the first thing is if the water fund decides to do a bond to fund either a well or any other improvements, we can we will reimburse ourselves. This will go back 60 days from now, so that any of the costs associated with the current test drilling of the well on Winchester could be reimbursed from a future bond, should we decide to do it. So that's what this resolution says. It does not say we will bond, doesn't set out any parameters besides the fact that right now the max would be $5 million. Any questions?
All right, with that, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the reimbursement of expenses for a possible future water bond for the Winchester well.
I second.
I've got a motion from Councilmember Pickett and a second from Councilmember Boland. Brooke, call the roll.
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Boland?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye. So with that, the resolution is adopted 5-0, and I didn't say Brenda, thank you for presenting on that. I forgot to say that. So with that, we'll move on to the mayor's report and questions for the mayor.
Thanks, Adam. What I want to mention tonight is about, fun to have Kathy here. We're incredibly grateful for the Murray Chamber of Commerce and their ongoing partnership with Murray City and supporting our local businesses and community. Thank you, Kathy. We appreciate all that. One way they're doing that is the Magic Over Murray Balloon Festival coming in September, and that was formerly the Balloon Palooza, and we're in our third year, right, Kathy? Entering the third year, this is one of those special celebrations that brings everyone together. I just know there were thousands and thousands of people that showed up the last couple of years. Last year was bigger. We're assuming this is going to be even bigger. They have some new additions that I'll share with you. The Morning Balloon launches, so this is in September, launches Cottonwood High School, and that will be September 18th, 19th, and 20th. The new Pilot and Crew Pavilion will be a great chance to hear the stories of the folks who make it happen and learn how these balloons lift off and fly. Now, that alone is what keeps me out of those balloons, when they want to explain how they do it, because it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I want to do it. You have no idea how bad I want to do this, but Cindy volunteers for me, so I let her go up. But I really think you love it, don't you, Cindy? And Jennifer Kennedy has been converted. That's what gets me. Never in a million years would I picture. Pam, you do. Diane, has everyone done it besides me?
I have.
Would you, Paul? Nope, you're with me.
We know who's the chicken in the group.
Clark?
Yeah, I have not.
Would you?
Oh, yeah.
Adam?
Sure.
I did it. It's fun.
You did it.
And I hate heights. Like, I am terrified of heights, and I was actually I really enjoyed it. It was really cool.
You know,
It's really cool.
I just think people who usually try to convince me to do that are scared to death and they want me to feel that same feeling, but it sounds like they're not afraid of doing it, so Paul and I will do it if you all do it, I guess. Kidding, like a Paul. Also, this new year is the Magic After Dark. This is going to be really fun, I believe. What they call it, Magic After Dark Festival, and that'll be held on Saturday, September 19th, and that'll be at the Murray Park. We can't launch balloons at the Murray Park because of all the, honestly, there's a lot of reasons, but main reason with having IMC emergency, the helicopter that flies in, we can't do it. So anyway, we will do Magic After Dark, and that's where they all light up, the balloons will light up. And this will be, the balloons will be glowing. There's a vendor fair, STEM activities for kids, live music, food trucks, so you can grab a bite and settle in for the evening. And just when you think it can't get any more magical, I can't believe I'm reading this. Jill, this is gonna be your first time of hearing this. And you may, I know, to your GL.
Your favorite.
I read this, and the first thing I said to Erica, have we talked to GL about this yet? Joey, I can't believe this. Joey is going to, unless GL talks us out of it, Joey is, our fire chief, is going to take new heights literally as he demonstrates a bit of a training by rappelling from a balloon basket. Now, we have 5 people, or 5 or 6 people we can choose from, one
Point
if
of order,
it
Mayor.
doesn't work.
Mayor,
Well, yeah.
does Joey know he's doing this?
Joey, where's Joey? If you don't know Joey by now, this is like a daily activity or something. Joey, you're crazy. Why would you even offer to do this? That's what I said, Joey. I'm looking at Joey. Yeah, I've heard you've done it from see, this is stuff. All right, well, I won't say anymore.
Fortunately, that's on his personal time.
Yeah, that is on his, yeah, it will be on his personal time, won't it? Anyway, what a draw, huh? Yeah, there's no way on earth you'd see me do anything like that. But anyway, that was my report about the Magic Over Murray. It's gonna be pretty cool. And we're more involved this year than we've ever been, so we're partnering up with them. Thanks to all the department heads that said yes, they all seem, Kathy, I didn't have to talk any of them to do it. They're all wanting to do it, especially Chief Burnett, who just, this is, look at him, put his thumbs up. He's helping anyway, is what he said. We're there anyway, so. Anyway, that's my report regarding that. Anything for me?
All right, thank you, Mayor.
Sure.
And with that, we are adjourned.